if you're new to Leica, why would you get a Leica MA versus an MP or an M6? Coming up, I just bought a Leica MA film camera. Let me explain. Hey guys, Matt here from MrLeica.com. If you've seen this channel before, I recently bought a Leica MP. I was hoping that was going to be my dream Leica M film camera. Sadly, it just didn't feel quite right, so I returned it, and some of you commented, Matt, you weren't even planning to buy a camera. I'm sure you just got it, tested it, and then sent it back. And I explained in the comments, no, actually, I'd already kind of spent the money in my head. I wanted to get a new film camera to use for both my workshops and also for my photo shoots. If you love the idea of a modern Leica M film camera, but you don't want a light meter, there is one very obvious, simple solution, and it's probably the most purest solution of all the current Leica M film cameras, being the M6, the MP, the MA. That is, of course, the Leica MA. When you step back, it does make sense that the Leica MA was going to be the camera for me, because you see my videos before. I enjoy simple, nicely made film cameras, such as the M3 here, the Leica 3 Barnett cameras, and now the latest edition, the MA. So if you're new to Leica, why would you get a Leica MA versus an MP or an M6? The main reason is you don't want to have a light meter, and you want maybe the most pure, minimal approach you can get. This has got the same benefits as my beloved M3 in terms of it's got the M3 film advance and film rewind. The benefits of a hot shoe, fast film loading, all the frame lines from 28mm to 135mm. And so for me, it's kind of the best of everything all in one package. I'll put a link below to the MrLeica.com blog. I'll do a written post for the Leica MA compared to the M6 and the MP. Main reasons why I love the MA so much: it's got a very clean look from the front. It's because you have no battery compartment cover. You've got a single press shutter release because there's no meter to need to like half press. You've got a metal plate on the back instead of plastic, the circular kind of ISO dial. And it's just a very clean, kind of minimal, does everything you want with nothing extra kind of camera. And I really like that. If your heart is set on a black Leica M film camera, you've got a few options. If you want to spend lots and lots of money, you can get like an M3 black paint, which are super rare, and of course about £30,000, even more. That gives you obviously all the benefits of the Leica M3, the nice film advance lever, build quality, everything else. If you haven't got that kind of money and you want, say, anodized black, the same as me, and you don't want a light meter, you could get the Leica M4, which came in black paint and in black chrome. I was like, great, okay. I went to Red Dot Cameras and I was like, right, should be able to get a black chrome M4 for, I don't know, £1,500. They're normally cheaper than an M3. My plan was to then switch the lever on the M4 to a M3 style lever, so it's like exactly as I wanted it. To me, the M3, M2, M4 are all quite nicely made cameras. When I saw the prices of the M4 black chrome in Red Dot Cameras, I'm like, that cannot be right. They were priced at more than a black chrome Leica MA. The black chrome Leica MA is like current production, released in 2013, and the M4 is obviously much older, years older. So I rang Red Dot Cameras and was like, is there a mistake? Why is your black chrome M4s more expensive than your MAs? And they're like, oh yeah, there's only like less than 2,000 copies ever made. I forget the numbers, I'll put it on the screen. 2 batches ever made. And so for that reason, they're collector's items, therefore an MA is cheaper than an M4. And so I'm like, well, I may as well get a near brand new MA with all the benefits of a brand new camera and spend less money than getting an M4. So that is how I settled on a black chrome Leica MA. Talking the M4, I actually own an M4P black, so let's compare the M4P to the MA. So the M4P has got the quick film rewind crank, the same as the M4, compared to the pull-up node knob of the MA. You've got the 2-piece film advance lever, the M4P and the M4, compared to the single piece of the, say, M2, M3, MA. I prefer the single piece, but they both do the same job, to be fair. The M4P has got a hot shoe, the M4 has got a cold shoe. All of these cameras have got the same film counter, and all of these cameras have got pretty much the same shutter from like bulb to 1,000th of a second and flash sync at 50th of a second. I think I've actually marked my MA more than when I bought it, because I don't think I had any marks on when I bought it, but it's got a few kind of wear marks now on the top, so a bit sad for that. Metal plate, metal disc on the back compared to, I can't remember if it's plastic or metal on the other ones. And then both cameras have got the same quick film loading compared to the old M2 and M3, which have got the spool film loading. The M4P is great because it tends to be a bit cheaper and it's lighter, where the MA feels better built. It kind of feels more like an M3, more solid, a bit more premium. But again, both cameras are going to take exactly the same photos. Yeah, I just prefer the single lever of the M3 and the MA to the split lever of the M4, M4II, M4P. So I was going to buy a spare lever and fit it to a black M4, but yeah, that wasn't to be because I didn't realise they were kind of collector's pieces and much higher price tag. As you can see, the black chrome of the M4P is slightly different to the MA. I'm not sure how the MA will wear, but as I say, the marks on the top I knew that I've done. And I'm pretty careful with my camera, so I guess that's not a great sign. For full transparency, this camera looks almost like new, but it's actually a 2022 camera, which I bought used, mint boxed on eBay for I think a very good price. You can find them for under £3,500 if you're really lucky and keep an eye out on eBay. Yes, it's a lot of money. Yes, it's more than twice the cost of an M3. Yes, it will take exactly the same photos as the M3, my M2 and everything else. So what was my excuse that I told myself to allow me to buy this camera? My excuse was I've been blogging about Leica cameras since 2013. And I remember over the years people kept saying, you need to do YouTube, you need to do YouTube. And I was like a massive introvert, and there's no way I'm doing YouTube. I cannot think of anything worse than talking in front of like a bunch of people. As the years went on, eventually I'm like, I'm going to have to do YouTube. Blogs are pretty much dead. So 2019, I tried to make my first YouTube video, I think October 2019. The reason I'm making this video is because partly people keep asking me, and partly I've been avoiding it forever. And then I was like, right, maybe I can get to 100 subscribers if I tell all my family and my friends. And never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd reach like 1,000 subscribers, 10,000 subscribers. And now I'm on track to hit around 40,000 subscribers at the end of February. So my excuse to myself was I'll roll in my Christmas present, my birthday present, my birthday's in January, and the fact that I'll hopefully hit 40,000 subscribers by the end of February, roll all those things into one and treat myself to a modern Leica M film camera as like a milestone marker for reaching 40,000 subscribers. So first of all, big thanks if you subscribed. Secondly, if you've not, I'd really appreciate it if you do subscribe, because I've got to try and now reach 40,000 by the end of February. I think around 50% of you that watch are subscribed, so I try not to ask in every video, but yeah, it really does help us YouTubers if you can subscribe and hit the like button. So that is the reason I bought this camera. Now, another reason I bought it early rather than in February is because I have a plan. Well, partly. One reason was I saw a great deal. Second reason was I'd already spent the money on the MP, so in my head I'd already spent the money. This camera currently is matte black and it looks very nice, but I think it lacks a certain something. So yeah, I have plans, let's just say that. Hit subscribe as mentioned, and you'll see what happens in the future videos. So have actually used this camera. I first had this camera in the Gran Canaria trip when I was with Toby. So I think I shot 2 rolls of film just to test it there. Still need to develop it. And then I've shot one more since on workshops in London. And I've got a studio shoot here in a second. So got the lights and stuff ready set up. So I'll also try and shoot another roll on the shoot I've got in a second. Sadly, I've not had time to develop the film yet, but if you follow me on social media, Mr. Leica Com on Instagram, I will share photos from the MA as soon as I get a chance to develop it. So what is the verdict? Do you need a new Leica M film camera? Absolutely not. This is more a treat to myself for putting the hours in and things on YouTube. And I never, as I say, I never thought I'd get this far. If you're on the market to buy a Leica M film camera, do remember you can get exactly the same photos with any other Leica M film camera. I would recommend this if you're happy to not have a light meter. If you prefer a light meter, I would get an M6 or an MP. See those videos. Right, better set up for the studio shoot. Thanks for watching. A huge thanks to my awesome patrons. And yeah, hope to see you in the next video.